Majo John Madden on the Juanito is my nickname down here on the edge of the Acoma Pueblo at the baseball diamond end of the athletic field. This is where I go to clear my head. I often hang out in the park that's by the blue canopy there, little Parque Acoma. And then my main place is Smyrna's Coffee Shop, which is further to the right. You hit Main Street out there and go right. And I was doing a lot of work there with my videos this morning because they have a super strong Wi-Fi, and I'm embedded with those people. They are great, great friends. And they just let me run a tab for like 19 days because I ran out of money early this month because I paid rent and deposit and trip to Cancun for passport stuff. And Mirna let me run a tab, 3,500 pesos. And then I paid it yesterday. I got my check early yesterday. So they're great friends. I am making a lot of tapes about romance because in the last year and a half in Mexico, my pace has slowed down some, and now it's slowed down to a stop. I'm renting an apartment here. So now I'm stable. Now I have something to offer because I'm not going to move on. And Acoma is a really sweet place, and I've got really good friends. And right next to where I hang out at Mirna's is a woman barber who I'm hot for. And she's funny, smart, cool, and just told me the other day that she's not interested in men anymore. And I have not taken that as a final answer because her communication around it was very confusing because she was playful and sweet and funny when she said it. And she obviously likes me. So I've been influenced by lots of spiritual teachers over the course of 78 years. And one of the paths that influenced me a lot over 7 years was something called A Course in Miracles, which is a mystical channeled book that has an awful lot of power and it's the real deal. And it's in me. I spent 7 years mastering that stuff, and I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but I absorbed a lot of the heart of it. And one of the main points is it's got a deep metaphysical text, which I never read. It was like way over my head. And a workbook with 365 lessons, which you can theoretically charge through in a year. I spent 3 years working those lessons, working them hard, and then turned around and spent another 4 years going through them again. So I really worked it. And the first 10 lessons are all taking apart the way you see the world. They're all variations of I don't know the meaning of anything I see, like it's all projection. And that's what Gestalt therapy says. It's what therapy is based around, is that we walk around projecting all the time. We think we know what's going on, but we really don't. And what I'm adding to that, I don't remember the course adding this, but this is my psychotherapy and peer co-counseling part speaking. Trauma, what gets in the way, what causes us to project, what causes us to be confused about what we're actually seeing is unresolved trauma. And the fact that I'm stable, that I have a place now, that I'm available, and that there's someone I'm really interested in is bringing to the surface my I've done a hell of a good job of cleaning out the trauma in my life, but what remains is 2 things from my 20 months in Mexico. And the one I don't easily talk about it because I don't talk about it, was the loss of Magic, who was not only my favorite dog ever, but I swear one of the best dogs to ever touch feet on the planet. And the way I lost him a year and a half ago was so traumatic that I've not told the story to a person yet. I told it into a video, which is somewhere out there on the internet on my old YouTube channel. But what's surfacing lately is not as wounding, because I protected myself pretty much, but it was another woman who said she wanted me to be her man, and she was dazzlingly attractive and smart and funny. But then the way she blindsided me was to say, and by the way, the reason I'm recovering so well from that last bad breakup is I took a 12-month celibacy pledge, and it's got another 3 months to run, chump. So you can forget about it. There won't be any kissing. There won't be anything that even resembles sex for 3 months. And hey, if you want a hooker, I'll get you a hooker. I don't mind that. But I ain't putting out at all, not even emotional intimacy. So when this much more appropriate, much more healthy woman says to me, yeah, I'm kind of off of men, yeah, it brings up Marielle. Definitely it brings up Marielle. The way she said it was much less aggressive, much less edgy, much less charged. She said it playfully and funny, and we both had a good laugh over it. Even as I said, oh, Dios, that's muy mala información. I didn't want to hear that. And we both were laughing. So she's giving a confused message. And I made a long tape last night about don't blame people if they give confused messages. It's what humans do because we don't know what we want. And don't rape her because, well, if you didn't want me to fuck you, you shouldn't have worn those black leather slacks. No, people are going to give confused messages, and that doesn't make them a bad person.